What up? It's your boy, I'm not your boy. You have no idea who I am. So there is no point in me doing a dumb YouTube cliche intro. I'm just gonna get started. Yeah, so I have mained the Crossbow since it came out in Modern Warfare. Like, after completing Damascus, I have barely touched any other guns. Like, I still haven't even touched the Fennec or the AMAX yet. Though, mainly that was me wanting to be the first person in the world to get the Crossbow Master Challenges done and get the Obsidian Crossbow calling card. And after I finished my first Crossbow montage and posted a few clips to Reddit, people have been asking me how they too can use the Crossbow effectively, which attachments are best to use, and mostly. So I figured, hey, I've got a lot of clips, why not put together a little guide video going over basic gameplay, attachments, and how to do long shots. But that video ended up being 30 minutes long! Thus, I'm going to cut it up into multiple sessions. And I'm starting with long shots because I know that 8 out of the 11 of you actually watching just want to know how to get them, get the Crossbow Gold, and then never touch it again. So we're just going to get that lesson out of the way first, and then I'll go over the basic and advanced use of the crossbow later for the weirdos who are actually interested. I have over a decade of experience maining projectile weapons in COD, most notably the hatchet in Black Ops 1 at 20,000 kills, and the axe in Black Ops 2 at 50,000 kills. And I'm already at 11,000 kills on the crossbow in Modern Warfare, so I think I'm qualified to teach this class? This will be Demo's Crossbow Training. Yes, I've wanted to make that joke since the crossbow came out. Now, I know you just want me to show you a good build for long shots and then where to get them, which I will do, but I will go into detail afterwards for those who want a more generalized use of the crossbow at any range. So, let's start by going into Gunsmith and equipping a crossbow.
Oh, top of the morning to you.
Mine has Obsidian because, fuck you, I earned it. Now, to it, let's add the Precision Grip up front and the Apex stock. Both of these will help you minimize the wiggles while aiming down the sight, and since we're not going to be using a sniper scope, you can't hold your breath. Up top, put the VLK 3x scope, as it is a good balance of mid to longer ranges, but still usable up close in a pinch. Also, it's the best scope in the game, don't at me. Under arms, put on the Thunder 200-pound arms for a faster bolt velocity and less arc to compensate for. And of course, under perks, add the GOAT Sleight of Hand. Just in case you miss and need a follow-up, there's multiple enemies, or you just forgot to take your Ritalin and can't wait for that. Also, just note that this build is good for long shots, but it's going to do an absolute murder on your ADS speed. Like, the time to aim in will just be straight cheeks up close. Before I show you the goods, let me preface by saying, don't overthink long shots. You don't need to straight up Vasily Hawkeye some dude in another area code just like I do to get a long shot. You can get one at just 37 meters. That's it. Like, most people could probably toss a bolt by hand and hit someone at that distance. And now, with the help of my lovely assistant, I will go through a bunch of multiplayer maps and show you where exactly to aim for long shots, hitting different high traffic areas or often camped spots. Just so we're clear, I'm not at all advocating for you to just go to one of these spots and sit there staring out a window for an entire match. Trust me, the game's overly sensitive kick for inactivity won't allow you to anyways. But try and keep track of where your enemies are at all times as best as you can. Use your judgment on when someone might wander into one of your designated spots so you can nail them with a bolt. Or even try baiting them there using a decoy grenade or your own body if you need to. Unfortunately, it is slow going because you can't force someone to go where you want them to, you can't force someone to peek a window that you want. But like I said, these are usual spots people do like to hang out or run through. Just keep at it, but don't be single-minded about it. If people aren't going where you need them to be, just move on to something else, switching back if you happen to notice that they are hovering around the area that you want them to be. If you just focus down and obsess over one shot and no one's going there, you're just going to get frustrated and put more pressure on yourself if someone actually does go there, which might make you miss, which will make you even more frustrated. Now me personally, I primarily play Ground War, and that's where I got all of my long shots. And if you played Battlefield Bad Company 2 back in the day, you might remember the term Bushwookie. And let me tell you, that particular species has not gone extinct. They are quite alive and well, thriving in their new habitat of Verdansk. While they have adapted to their new home, these simple creatures cannot shake the many years of evolution instilled upon them. They are driven by instinct to climb high above the treetops, and to never move unless absolutely necessary to forage for ammo or when being frightened of danger. A distant cousin to the noble sloth, they are often seen carrying an HDR or an AX-50, staying as far away from objectives as possible. They are usually easily spotted at a distance thanks to their distinctive scope glint. A generally dull and slow creature, most don't even notice that a crossbow bolt has landed near them. This allows you to take your time and make corrections in your aim, dialing in your shot on them. Though let it be known, if you do slay one of these creatures at a distance using the crossbow, you should hastily relocate. Upon respawning, they become enraged and seek only to get revenge. Even if it takes the entire rest of the match just to take you down once, they block out absolutely everything else around them. They are mostly hunted for sport, with marksmen vying to find them and then kill them from as far away as possible for bragging rights. Okay, sorry, I'm done with that bit now. Oh yeah, another good thing about Ground War is that it's easy to practice shots at a specific distance that you want using the distance marker on the capture sites. You want to practice at 100 meters? Go outside a flag they own and back up until the flag meter says 100 meters. Then simply wait for people to spawn there or even fire at a wall near the flag. Practice trying to hit a specific part of the wall and challenge yourself. Get some muscle memory going. And while just simply firing into a wall might seem lame, it can help you develop an extremely useful skill: measuring distances using your scope. For example, when using the VLK 3x scope and the 200-pound arms and thermite bolts, I know that about 2 scope distances up will hit at about 300 meters. This is very useful for honing in shots quickly instead of just randomly firing and hope your shot gets close so you can make an adjustment. Every build is going to have a different measurement, and it's up to you to experiment and dial that in. But once you hit your first long shot that you've measured up, you feel like a god. As you get better, you'll be able to do it much faster. For shots where the enemy is no longer on your screen because you've aimed up so far, try to line them up with a vertical line near you, such as a wall or a pole. Use it as a reference point to keep your aim anchored above them. If you are going for shots at a distance though, you will want to use the 16-strand cable. Of course, you are going to have to aim up a little bit higher due to the lowered velocity of the cable, but you're going to have much less left to right inaccuracy. Once you start getting the travel time and arc of the bolt down a little bit better, try going for shots that you normally wouldn't. Look at someone really far away and say, I can hit that. Don't be discouraged if it takes time to get down or if you miss frequently. You're going for difficult shots with a difficult to master weapon. You are actively going against the meta, and you should feel good about that. You're challenging yourself to be better and earn kills instead of just taking the easy way out of meta bullet hoses. In my opinion, the crossbow is the most rewarding and satisfying weapon to use in Modern Warfare, especially at a distance. It's such a rush to lead a shot on someone at 100 plus meters because you worked for it. And you might find yourself addicted to the feeling, as I was almost 10 years ago. Like I said, I'll be covering basic gameplay and attachments in the next video if you are just starting off with the crossbow or want to learn how to use it more competitively. So, if you like this video, or you learned something, neat.
You're welcome.
Alright, I contributed with my 2 kills.
I got 3. Ooh. Well, just brag then. Ooh. Hey, Crossbow.
3 kills.
I feel bad about what the fuck got hit.
Shut up, humble.
That's pretty good.